to the Loading Up Podcast. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Loading Up Podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Brother Zay, and tonight we have a full cast with us. We have Brother Tay.
I've been doing drugs and you'll never know.
That's crazy. We also have Producer Jay. What's going on?
What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? Before we get into the show, let's talk a little bit about our sponsors. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also rate us on the podcasting apps where you listen to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We really appreciate the rates. And don't forget to hit those links down below for Dubby Energy Drink, where you can get 10% off on your first order if you use code LUP at checkout, as well as NordVPN. If you click the link down below, you can get up to 67% off of a 2-year plan. It's a great deal. Everybody needs a VPN today. Everyone, I still use it. I know Producer Jay uses his all the time.
Yes.
It's a great product. You can save a bunch with the links down below. They'll help us out and they'll help you out as well. So, all right. Now that we got that out the way, let's talk about games. What have y'all been playing? Brother Tay, you want to go first?
To be fair, I actually have not been playing games this week.
Oh, no.
How busy my life schedule has been, but I have been watching I've been watching some streams about Resident Evil 9.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was playing it because I actually was playing old Resident Evil games. When I saw Resident Evil 9, my brain was like, why is it in first person? I was like, why is it in first person? That's weird. And I was like, oh shit, wait, that's 7 and 8. I'm stupid. I was like, yeah, that's the new form. It's first person again. I forgot.
Yeah.
Although this one is in third person as well.
You
Can
can
play
switch
either
it.
or.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
I think you could do both, right?
Yeah.
You can do both.
Yeah.
Like,
The
in my
options
head,
are
I was
good.
like, why is it in first person? I was like, oh shit, that's right. I was playing Resident Evil 4 and 5 again. That's my fault.
Nice. Producer Jay, what have you been playing?
I mean, do you really gotta ask?
Let's rewind to last week. What did you say?
What did I say last week? It's just I'm just chugging along. Although I'm in a similar boat with Brother Tay. Like this week was like it was rough, especially with the second snowstorm that we had. It was not good.
I get that,
But
life happens sometimes, man.
yeah, but no, I've been playing more of Baldur's Gate, and yeah, I can never not even get, but like I can never get over rather the fact that like I'm still discovering different things. Like I had no idea that we could go to Moonrise Towers before anything. I always thought that was the last thing you were supposed to do. I didn't know you could. So there's an area in Act 2. It's called Moonrise Towers, which is like kind of like the climax of the act, or you go to Act 3. So I always thought, at least in when we did the first part or the first playthrough, that was the last thing you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
But apparently, no, you could do it earlier, and there's a whole bunch of shit that you can do there.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
You can go through the back and then the dungeon and stuff, and yeah.
Yeah, and you can rescue Minthara, and I didn't know that.
There's a whole
So-
bunch of stuff, man.
Yeah,
The open world.
and we could save the tieflings and Walbrin. Yeah, there's a lot that we had no idea, and we just skipped over it last time.
Yep.
But that's why it's one of those games you got to play again. And even
Exactly.
now, we're talking about doing more runs because there's stuff that we didn't do.
That's the beauty about Baldur's Gate is that you can just continue to play, make another run, and do something completely different and get completely different outcomes.
And all this too is like getting me so hyped up for Divinity, because if this is like this was like not. I mean, I don't want to say it flew under the radar because obviously like Baldur's Gate is a big franchise and Larian was a bigger developer. Now they're even bigger.
Mhm.
But like I feel like now that they're in the main spotlight for as terms of game developers, now like they're in a upper echelon where anything they do is gonna be like exciting, at least for me. Because I know some people are still like, I don't like turn-based action games, whatever.
I I'll be honest with you, I was the same way. I didn't like turn-based stuff, and it's been very recent years that I'm getting into them more. Like we played Divinity Original Sin 2, we played Baldur's Gate 3, so like there's a bunch of and I love those games now, but I was if you
You
5
know,
years ago, just go back 5 years, I would be like, "Hell no, I'm not playing that."
you know what it is? I think a lot of people tend to think turn-based, they associate it with JRPGs. And for a while, I was the same way where like I was thinking about like Final Fantasy type gameplay. And I think that's why I kind of avoided it for a long time. But then I didn't realize that there's other kinds. Like there's the action RPGs like what is it? XCOM or like the tabletop games like Baldur's Gate. Like there's different kinds of turn-based ones. It's not just random
I would-
encounter, you fight an enemy, and then you go back to the overworld. Like it's not always like that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, that's good, we branch out and play different types of games.
Yeah. I will say I was very tempted to because it's funny that brother Tay brought up Resident Evil. My brother was asking me if I was gonna buy it because we game share. And I told him I was like, I haven't even beat Village yet. And he's like, "Oh, you gotta beat it." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." But and then he's like, "Well, it's on Game Pass now and it's play anywhere." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Like I could play more of it now, but I don't know.
You gotta get
You
out that
strong.
funk.
I know.
Yeah.
It's literally just freaking Kingdom Hearts, man. I love the game, but I hate it.
Oh God.
Never get through it. It's lovely. Keep at it.
I'm almost there.
Almost. Well, I guess you can see what I'm playing. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm playing High on Life 2, which by now that you're hearing this, I have beaten already. And it was absolutely awesome. I loved it. And I feel like they may do a 3.
I unlocked
And
3.
yeah, I think if they do, it'll be good. I like this one. The story was good. They added some new things to it, and it just made the game a little bit better. So they added a ton of new weapons as well too. So it was really fun. It was really good. I was also been playing funny enough, Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
I re-downloaded it and started a new run with my friend Brea, and we're going all out because we just wanted something to play. We were like, let's play. She said, let's play Baldur's Gate 3. I said, yes. Say less. Let's do it. I didn't even give her any trouble. I immediately downloaded it, and we're playing with mods, but we're just having fun, chilling out, playing. We made it to the Grove, and then we stopped because with the mods, it's a little much. Like we have like we each have 3 players to control.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can increase the party size and I have Lazel and Shadowheart. When we get Will and Karlek, we'll split that up. So I'll have a full party and she'll have a full party to control, and we're just going around playing. It's just gonna be awesome.
I was
You know,
gonna
all,
say
it's a lot though. It's a
I
lot
was gonna
because
say you should invite me. 'Cause I'm always looking for a new excuse to try different stuff.
yes, the mods runs are so fun.
He's like, let me play. I want to play.
Yeah.
Yes.
The mod runs are really fun though. Like you definitely have to try them and increase party size. The only thing bad about it is that like when you level up, you gotta level up everybody. Like it
Yeah.
takes a while. You're like, oh my god, I refine the build for this character. So
I still remember
but
I didn't find that out until like all the way in Act 3 when
oh my
I went to
god.
like yeah, I was like because I was only doing just whoever we had, and then I went to change to I think it was Will when we were doing his father's storyline or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, Will should probably be there, and then I put him in my party, and then
He was like level 3.
Yeah, they said, "Oh, level up," and I was like, "Wait a minute."
Something's not adding up here.
Yeah. So, we've been playing a little bit of that. Of course, I always play a little bit of Call of Duty and some Rocket League on top of everything else, but that's what I've been playing.
Nice.
I've been playing. I guess we're gonna jump right into the news because oh man, I thought I deleted everything. That would have been
Oh.
bad. Let's jump right into it. So we have some news out of the UK for Xbox. Their law has been taken into effect, and Xbox has officially started doing mandatory age checks for on the Online Safety Act.
Okay.
And we talked about this before, and how the UK was going to start doing this for a lot of different of their online services, and Xbox is sort of just complying with the law because they have to, but it still doesn't sit right that they're going to be age checking accounts to making sure that kids are safe. But in reality, they're just collecting all the data, and it's kind of just, I don't know. It's, for me, it's like they're doing it under the guise of protecting children, but then all these companies that they're using to collect all this information, it's just being hacked, and or they're selling the data. It's just a terrible combination of trouble that's happening with these age verification checks.
Yeah. I really feel like this is one of those instances that it's just an inevitability that it was gonna happen. We did speak about it, and it was like right before they were implementing it everywhere, but now it's gonna be implemented everywhere. And honestly, I feel like it's gonna make its way to the US as well, because we already have Discord doing all that stuff with the verification system. So it's only a matter of time where everybody else just follows through. And it sucks. Like, I really don't like this idea that we have to freaking abide by the government to verify. It's always with the stupid, like, oh, think of the children. Like, it's all that nonsense. And
I
I don't
mean,
understand why, like, there should be a better system.
if they really want to think of the children, they'll do something about the gun crisis, but that's a different
Right.
topic.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say something else. I was like, oh,
I was thinking about it,
I
but
knew it.
it's just like, they always say this, oh, think about the children, do it for the children, but like at the end of the day, it's not they're not doing it for that, because these companies are
think-
owned by big corporations who are just going to sell the data.
I think you do
Yeah.
enough to children in America. Let's leave them alone, please.
Yeah. I mean, it really sucks because a lot of people have been reporting on Reddit from the UK how it just doesn't even work. Sometimes they'll be locked out for hours because it's not loading properly, leaving accounts completely locked out of the privacy settings. And some people are reporting that it won't let you do anything until you give a full face scan. So it's I feel like your freedoms are just slowly slipping away, all in the name of safety, and it's just not, it's not right.
No, it really isn't. But what else can
So-
we do?
Revolution
Drugs.
from stop.
Well,
Right.
yes, but
He
that's
said
not gonna
drugs.
happen.
Yeah, I mean, I hope, because this is, they're following, so the Xbox age verification, they're following the law. What I hope is that they have some sort of better system than the Discord setup that was going on. But like, they could follow some simple rules that like Valve follows. So for Steam, to do age verification, you just put a credit card in. There's no face scan. There's no uploading of IDs or anything. If you have a credit card on the account, then you're of age, because you can't have a credit card if you're a child.
Yes.
So
True.
like, that makes perfect sense. You're not taking anybody's data. You're not stealing it. You're not storing it. You're not doing anything nefarious with it. You just
God
put
know
a credit
what.
card on the account, and boom, you're done.
Yep.
Why can't these companies just do that?
Because they're lazy.
Because they don't want the credit card. You know what they want. They want
I
the
mean,
There's more
they
more
want-
information
they
to.
want that information to sell. because that credit
I
card
know.
don't allow them to do so. That's called fraud. They don't want fraud charges. They want fraud information given to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't sell credit card information. Or maybe they could, but it's not as valuable to them.
So
They
that's a
probably
bigger
have
problem.
the credit card information already. They need your
Probably.
face and everything else to go with it.
They need the pen for that. That's a different problem.
All right, let's move on from that depressing UK news. We have Jez Gordon out of Windows Central. Jez Gordon, sorry, did a 13-minute interview. It was very quick. A 13-minute interview with the incoming CEO Asha Sharma and a CO Matt Booty, where they got to sit down on a video and they had to fire off some questions to sort of like just talk about a little bit about what she plans on doing, maybe, and what she envisions. It's you can't get a lot out in 13 minutes. It's the first interview though that they have done since the announcement of her taking over the spot for Phil Spencer. And they have a little bit to talk about. So some of the things that they went through was Jez had asked them about the core experience for Xbox fans and if they see a future. And of course, she, according to Jez, even after on the podcast when he talked about the interview, he said he wished it was on camera so that people could see her reaction to these questions, because she was very upfront and honest and quick to answer. It wasn't like her stuttering or murmuring or not understanding or knowing. I think people need to understand though that she came into this place and her experience is to build the brand up and to uh, she's done that with her past with Instacart and Meta, and she has built brands to be better. And I don't think the rumors that Xbox is sunsetting are true. Nobody wants to, go to a company as a CEO and then be blamed for closing down such a big entity like Xbox. So her responses to these questions were very forthcoming. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the whole article inside the chat on YouTube. So if you ever want to read it, you could go ahead and do that. It'll be in the comments. But we'll just talk a little bit about what she said. And she said some, I think, was some pretty cool things. So she goes on to discuss the acknowledgement of Xbox fans' investment and notices and realizes that people have invested over 25 years of their money and time into the system, and she's going to take care of the Xbox ecosystem, and including emphasizing her commitment to console hardware. That was a big thing that we wanted to hear, because with Phil Spencer gone and Sarah Bond out, we was just us wondering what's the future gonna hold.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think like with this interview, like you said, it was only 13 minutes and there's only so much you can ask in that relative, not even relative, it's a short amount of time for a big interview like this. So, and he even admitted that, or Jez did, that he had to kind of cherry pick which questions he was going to ask, because I'm sure he had a bunch of other ones that he wanted to ask, but you got to pick and choose because you don't got all day. So, I think he did a good job and got some answers out of Asha and Matt Booty, that were very, what's the word? Very, I
Like,
guess, honest. I mean, honest as they can be, because they could have
Does-
easily done just straight corpo speak, just say, "Oh, everything's gonna be fine. Like we're still gung ho on the strategy that we've put out," and like they could have easily just done that, and it would have been whatever. But there were certain things that they mentioned that they didn't even have to mention. It's escaping my mind right now, but I know there was one thing that they said regarding like their strategy. Oh yeah. That when they asked about, or when he asked about the multi-platform strategy, um she could have given the basic answer. It's like, oh, we're looking to increase the value of Xbox brand for going forward, and all that stuff that they've said in the past and that we've kind of just accepted or whatever, or whatever. But she gave an honest answer and basically said, the plan is the plan until it's not the plan.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's the truth. It's like, what mattered, or what is the thing that they're doing today does not mean that it's always going to be the case, and that could change in the future. So just because they're doing multi-platform stuff now doesn't mean that they're always going to do it. Most likely they will be, because that's what makes money, but that doesn't mean that they're just going to just do it because that's what they've always been done, or that's what's always been done. So I kind of appreciate that kind of answer, because a lot of people, and to another point, I've noticed that a lot of people, they say they want transparency, but in reality, they only want transparency when it's good news, or when it's something positive. When it's negative, they don't like it when they talk. And that's the thing too. That you kind of have to take one with the other. If you want transparency, you got to take all of it. And that's one thing that Xbox has been doing, is being transparent, both with good stuff and with bad stuff. So you can't just have it one way. And I think that's what people have a problem with, that is that Xbox is too transparent, and now they're being too honest about stuff that they don't want to hear about. They don't want to hear about multi-platform stuff. They don't want to hear about games going to PlayStation and losing exclusivity, all that stuff. Like, they don't want to hear it, even though they're being honest about the situation.
Yeah.
But it's a contrast to like what Sony does, which is their zero transparency. Whatever they do, you have no idea what it is until it happens.
Facts.
And a lot of people have a problem with that, because a lot of stuff seems to come as a surprise, like out of nowhere, left field, and people get upset about it. Sometimes they get excited about it, but you won't know until they announce it. At least with Xbox, you can kind of like prepare yourself. Okay, this is what's happening. This is what they're doing. This is why they're doing it. Yeah. So I don't know. I appreciate that Xbox does these interviews, even if sometimes they say a lot of stuff that I most likely don't want to hear. But I appreciate it, because even if I don't want to hear it, I probably should hear it, because I need to know what's going on for at least the future of the platform. Because obviously now we're going into next generation. People are going to start questioning, oh, do I need to stay on Xbox? Do I need to stay on PlayStation? Should I migrate to PC? All that stuff is going to come up in the air, and we have to be informed as consumers about all this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they do say a lot of things in this short time, though. Like, even Matt Booty chimed in while he was, they were doing discussion on protecting the Xbox ecosystem and rejecting the speculations of Microsoft sort of gunning for the gaming division to be a publisher, instead of, what they currently are. Matt Booty's own words were, our studio system is fully built around being first party, not built to just be a publisher. He said, it is the core to our partnership with the Microsoft platform, being involved in early hardware decisions. And he says, all the work we've done to get games like Gears of War running great on new devices like the Xbox Ally and so on is embedded within our structure. We said, we're not backing away from that. We're committed to being first party games publisher in partnership with our first party platform team. And I think hearing that from Matt Booty during this interview sort of like dispelled a lot of the rumors and speculations going around. And it's nice to get some sort of clarity about where have I invested the last 25 plus years of my favorite console, like, it's not gonna, my games library is not gonna go away. It's not gonna be sunsetted. Like, like I said, the rumors were saying, so just to hear just some of that is great to hear.
Yeah, that whole sunsetting thing, and that was by Seamus Blackley, who was like one of the co-founders of the Xbox platform. But even he walked it back and basically said like, what I meant was not like they're gonna like it, he meant that the Xbox that we knew was going to be sunsetted, that it's gonna be a completely different brand, and it's not gonna, at least in his opinion, that doesn't mean that it's actually gonna happen, but that's what he meant, that it wasn't gonna be shut down and everything was just gonna go away, like, but that's what people took it from, and that's why, like, a lot of people need to be careful with what they say whenever it comes to, like, online discourse, because once you put it out there, people are gonna run with it, and they're gonna turn it and twist it into whatever they want, and it could end up backfiring on you. Maybe not for him because he's like very distant when it comes to Xbox, so it's not like it's really gonna affect him. But there are some people within the industry that say things sometimes and it backfires on them because it's just like, oh, well, I didn't mean it, like, what, it doesn't matter. You said it already.
Yeah, it's
So
done. The damage is
yeah,
done.
the damage is done. So people need to be careful, and they need to be, well, this is more wishful thinking. They need to stop being so salacious with with these with these like headlines and stuff like that. I mean, I know that's like not gonna happen because that's just the reality of the situation. People just love their tasty headlines because that's what gets the clicks,
They
the
don't. Yeah,
clickbait.
they don't even read the article half the time. They just read the headline and boom, they're gonna go run with it.
Yeah,
That's where it ends right there. There's like, oh, I read enough.
I've
Yeah,
read enough. I
yeah,
read the I read the title. That's it. That's all I need to know, right?
yeah. It's a lot. But Jess does go on to ask her uh about her previous post with Meta and her AI experience, and whose mission is to integrate AI like Azure tools into gaming, and the discourse regarding that surrounding her appointment to be the CEO of Xbox. And her response was interesting. She says, I think that with any new technology, it brings possibilities as a tool, but even more important, especially now, we need to draw a line on what we won't do. And that's what I attempted to do when I shared my opening letter when she first became the CEO. She explains, I will not flood the Xbox ecosystem with slop. I won't
Yeah.
have careless output. We won't have derivative work. She goes, I deeply believe in the words that I shared previously there. So she's just reiterating the fact that she's not gonna just come in and replace things with AI completely. And this is right before they said that they were going to go on a sort of like world tour for all their studios to meet with the developers firsthand, and that's currently what they're doing right now. This past week they were going out there and meeting with studios. We got to see some pictures of them meeting with people. They had an all hands meeting where they even had Sarah Bond was involved as well. So they're out there doing the work. Matt Booty and Asha Sharma, they're out there actually getting things done to try and come to the decision of what can move forward with an Xbox.
Yeah. I so like this interview altogether, I know there were some criticisms about it from certain people. I'm not gonna get into all that because that's just nonsense.
Yeah.
Um, I think this was a good first interview. Obviously, there's gonna be more, and I think they need to be on top of things. Because that was one thing, I think this goes back to like the whole transparency stuff that people appreciated for Phil Spencer's is that he went to these interviews. He did a lot of interviews and was very candid about the stuff that they were doing, the stuff that they were planning, and he would tackle these questions head on. So I don't know if their plan is to kind of do less of that because it's a double-edged sword and maybe they might not want to do all that out of fear of people misinterpreting their words and stuff like that. So maybe they might slow down on that, but I still want them to do them at least here and there because when was the last time you heard a PlayStation executive or a Nintendo executive do an interview? It's like once in a blue moon, and it's only for like the like pub like talking up a new game that's coming out. And even then, it's like very limited. So it's like I appreciate Xbox even doing these interviews, and I hope they continue to do them.
Sure, they will. The interview for the most part was received well, and put sort of like at ease to some of the fan base, and then a lot of fan base. Like I talked to my friend who's lifelong Xbox fan. He had no idea they even did the interview. He had no idea what's going on. He just cares about getting on the
That's
game and having fun.
that's another thing too. A lot of people were talking about well, one of the criticisms was that, oh, why they do it with Windows Central? Like they should have done it with IGN or something like that so more people could see it. And it's just like, first off, most people don't even give a shit about this stuff. This is
Yeah.
for like the nerds like me and you, or I mean, I don't know, Tay, do you care about this stuff? But like, the people who want to know, like, get into the nitty-gritty about the video game industry, um that's who cares about this type of interview, and they're gonna seek it out regardless. The average gamer is not gonna care who even Asha Sharma is, let alone like what she has to say regarding Xbox. All they care about is just the games, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But like that's the reality of it, though.
Yeah, I mean,
It's true.
it's completely true. We sit here, we talk about this because we're in that ecosystem. We know this is what we enjoy, is our passion for gaming. But most people they don't care. They just want to play their games.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
fine too.
Yeah, that definitely, and that's why we do this. We can bring it to you, to those gamers who don't care. They just want to listen to a podcast and listen to the news. Instead of reading on it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Let's move on from the interview. I'll make sure to put it in the comments when we upload the video, so you guys can take a look and read it.
As you
Let's move
should.
on to some Sony news.
Uh-oh.
It was on the via Reset Era. Jason Schreier discussed PlayStation seamlessly considering stopping its single player games from coming to PC. Schreier stated that he thinks the strategy for them is live service games are coming to PC, but he gets the sense, I want to use air quotes when I say this, he gets the sense that they are backing away from putting their exclusive console stuff, like traditional single player stuff, on PC. And he even goes to say, as he doesn't believe that Marvel's Wolverines will ever come to PC. And these rumors and these things, when people, like you said earlier, when people got to be careful with what they say, especially if they're in the industry, because once it's out there, it's out there. Now everybody thinks PC is gone from Sony. Sony's not going to do it at all. And for me, it just doesn't even make sense. They meaning Sony generated, I think it was like $2 billion from PC ports, from Steam and everything. Why would they just give up that revenue source completely? And I get it. Like they want to make and keep things exclusive. Maybe they'll have like a year exclusivity, and then bring it to PC later. They do that now with some of their games, like we saw that with Spider-Man Remaster. We saw it with even games like Death Stranding, so it's not out of the question that can keep it exclusive for a time period. But for to say that they're gonna back away completely based off a sense that some dude had, like, it just doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah, I feel like this is more of just fanboy hopium that they're trying to cling on to, because the fanboys don't like that Sony is porting to PC. I remember every time like they did a state of play, I would see the reactions of every time there was a PC port announcement, and they would just lose their shit, and it's hilarious.
Of course they
Um,
did. They're always annoying. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's fanboys in general. Like, I just, this is why you can't really pay attention to them. But I think that's what they're clinging on to, because it's something that they can be happy about, which is so dumb. Like, why would a game being exclusive to a console make you happy? Like, if you want to play it, fine, but why locking it out for everybody else that brings you joy? Like, I don't get that logic. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I don't think this is necessarily what they're going to do. Maybe the frequency might be slowed down, but that's also like it might go in hand with Sony's output in general because they haven't really been putting out a lot of PC or PlayStation 5 games in the first place. So maybe it's just because there's going to be less PC ports because there's less PlayStation games to port. So I don't know. We'll see what it ends up being. I still think they're going to still go forward with PC ports. It just makes it makes too much money to just abandon. And I think a lot of people are trying to be negligent about how much it actually brings in. It's like, yeah, I brought in 2 billion, but that was over the course of 10 years, not 10 years, 10 games and stuff like that. But that's money that Sony didn't have before. That's basically free money because I can guarantee you that the costs for these ports were like next to nothing for Sony. It was probably like maybe 1 or 2 million, which is a drop in the bucket compared to what they make. So I people are really not grasping that, and they want to boast about their exclusives. That's it.
They're gonna need to make up the money from Concord, so they got to do something to keep it on PC.
Well, yeah.
Oh my God, Concord.
Man, that came and went, man.
For reason.
like
For
a fart in the
reason.
wind. Let's move on to some more news from Sony. A new IP, a quote unquote new IP from Cory Barlog. It was previously rumored to be a sci-fi themed video game, but it's actually they got some more information. It's actually going to be an expansion of the existing God of War universe with a new franchise, and we got a little bit insight because it was confirmed on a LinkedIn profile that they're looking for a senior writer who worked remotely from Santa Monica. Um, they were writing on their resume how they are working on this thing, and so we got a little bit insight. This game was rumored to be something sci-fi. Now it's rumored to be more of in the God of War universe. Producer J, what do you think about this? Where is this going?
I think it's most likely going to be a spin-off of the God of War franchise. I think it could still potentially be quote unquote sci-fi, but not in the sense that we're thinking that when we think of sci-fi. I don't think we're talking about like cyberpunk or Mass Effect or anything like that. I think when they say sci-fi, they mean like magical and intertwined with um something that's more tangible because obviously it's the science fiction and stuff like that. So like when I think science fiction, I think of like aliens and stuff like that. But I don't think it's going to be like a modern alien, you know what I mean? So but how does that fit into the whole God of War universe? That I can't even tell you because that's more of like a mystery to me.
Well, the rumors were trying to place it like with Egyptian mythology.
So then maybe it could still be that, but I think it probably still will have some science fiction elements. I don't know. It's really tough to even say like how
Yeah, of course,
what this
this
is
is
gonna
just
be.
it's just early rumors, you know.
Right. Yeah.
There is rumors that they're going to announce something during like one of the summer showcases that they got coming up. So I guess we'll have to wait for this summer to see and hear more from Santa Monica about their next game. And we'll just have to wait.
Yeah. I do think that more like this is kind of like what people were expecting anyway. I don't think it was gonna be. I mean, even Cory Barlog said that it's not a new IP, but it's gonna feel like a new IP. That's what the line of speaking he was going with. So I think that's what you got to pay attention to. So it's probably gonna be God of War related, but it's not gonna be what we think of when we think of God of War, whatever
What?
that means.
You don't think it's gonna be Atreus taking on Anubis? That's what I got from this.
It could be.
that who knows? That may be cool. It is sort of be like an addition to the thing. So maybe we will see an Atreus game in Egypt.
I would love to see it. If we're gonna
I-
continue the spinoffs, do it. That is an actual spinoff. Technically.
The only thing that I feel like might be holding them back is that there's been a lot of people vocal about the idea of playing as Atreus, because one of the criticisms of Ragnarok, which is not really mine, but it's most people who played it, they didn't like the Atreus segments, and they don't want more of that.
They don't know what they want.
That is true too.
Speaking of not knowing what they want, we got the first look above God of War, the TV show being made on Prime. We got a screenshot posted by Amazon, and oh boy,
Yeah.
that's it's about what I'll say. Oh boy, I don't know, man. I had high hopes for this, but just that one screenshot is giving me a lot of reservations. I don't know if anybody
Yeah.
saw it, but
All right.
ooh,
Was it that? I did see it. Was it that bad?
you didn't
So,
see it? I need you to look
look
it
it
up
up
right
real
now
quick,
while
like,
producer
nah,
Jay
nah.
talks.
Yeah, go look it up. Honestly, it's
no.
like you could just find it. The first look at God of War TV show. Like that's
Yeah.
all you gotta type in.
Tyler.
And a lot of people have said it, like what it looks like. Some people are saying it looks like AI, which I wouldn't go that far.
No.
I wouldn't say it looks like AI, but somebody said it looks like a Super Bowl commercial, and that kind of is where I'm leaning towards.
No, I heard somebody say it looks like an SNL skit.
Oh,
It
that's even
does.
worse.
It really
does.
does.
Yes.
That's funny. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
no,
great.
It looks odd. I think it's just, I don't know. For me, the kid that's playing Atreus looks a little too young.
yeah, he looks like a baby.
He looks like he's
No, he
5 holding a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no, he looks like a. Oh my god, what movie is this character from? Is that? It's the flippy hair. It's not. Oh my god, what is it? Is it the Goonies? No, it's not the Goonies. It might be the Goonies. It's just a feeling of
Maybe.
hey, something about that kid
Yeah.
looks weird. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's actually
no.
it looks a little ridiculous. I still have hope for it. They have a tremendous cast for this show, and I'm hoping they can pull it off. I mean, we're sitting here judging and making fun of just one screenshot. We just gotta wait and see for how the final product actually is gonna come out.
Yeah, it could just be the lighting, because that I've also had seen instances where a screenshot doesn't look as good as the actual show. It happened with Fallout. I remember when they showed screenshots of Fallout, and I was just like, "Ugh, I'm not sure how this is gonna work out," and it ended up being great. So I don't think we should judge it 100% on the screenshot. But damn, they chose a really bad screenshot to show.
They did. Let's move on from God of War. We have some sour news from Blood for Bubbler fans, the remake. It was in a report from Bloomberg. They were discussing the reasons Blue Point Studios was shut down by Sony earlier this month, and Blue Point was working on a live service God of War game that did get canceled, and they ended up pitching a new remake, a Bloodborne remake, to be made, and you'll be surprised that it got shut down, not from Sony, but by From Software themselves. They'd said no. And I think that's kind of maybe what led them to be shut down, that they didn't have any pitches or anything that they can work on, and they just closed the studio.
Yeah, this one kind of gets me upset because this is one thing that everybody has been asking for. When is Bloodborne getting? Not even honestly, they didn't even need a PS5 version. They just needed a 60 frames per second patch and like and a resolution boost. That's all people were asking for, and they just never did it. And the fact that there was a remake that was pitched that got turned down by FromSoft is kind of actually surprising too, because I don't know the relationship between FromSoft and Sony. It seems like it's a little strained at the moment, because why else would they turn it down? Like, and in interviews in the past, Miyazaki has basically said, like, we would like to do something with it. And they kind of pushed the buck off to Sony, but now that we see that it was them who denied it, so it's like, what's really going on here? There has to be something that's going on between FromSoft and Sony. Like, why wouldn't they want to do something with it? Why would they turn down a remake? Maybe it was because they didn't like how the Demon Souls remake was handled. I don't know, but it seems to be that there might be some kind of tension between them. I don't
What if,
know.
what if it was that they wanted to make it exclusive? Sony said, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's make it exclusive." And From Software was like, "Why? We can probably make more money if it's everywhere." And they were like, "Nah, we'll just do this exclusive." And they were like, "Nah, we're not gonna do that."
I feel like if or I don't know, maybe it is a thing where they wanted to put it everywhere, because I don't think Sony would be opposed to putting it on PC, if that's what FromSoft wanted, but maybe they wanted to put it on Xbox and Switch too. I doubt
Yeah.
it, because why would they care? Because they would make money regardless. It's more of Sony that would care about that stuff. So I don't know. There's a lot to unpack with this, and I don't know if we'll ever find out the real reason why this fell through. It could be why FromSoft went with Nintendo for their next game. It's just weird. It's
Yeah,
just very weird.
there's a lot of unknowns.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
Speaking of unknowns,
Oh,
we
Lord.
have Pokemon news.
Okay, I was like, what? I was like, where are you going with this?
Yes, we have Pokemon news. This past Friday was the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, and we had a sort of like a video showcasing everything that's coming out this month between Pokemon Go and all the Pokemon apps on, the mobile apps. And then we got some announcements. We got announcements from Pokemon Winds and Waves, and we even got the starter announcements. So we know Gen 10 starters, and we got the announcement that Gen 10 Pokemon Winds and Waves will be Switch 2 exclusive. That's right. Sorry for all the Switch owners out there. You need Switch 2 if you want to play the next big Pokemon game. And so we got the names of the starters. We didn't see like what they evolved into, but we do got their names. I'm trying to find their names. It's like
Brout. I know that one. That's the grass type.
okay.
Bomb Pom
Yes.
or
Yes.
Pombon.
Bum, bum, beat bum.
And Gekwa.
Gekwa, there you go. There you go. Yes, those are the names of the starters for Gen 10. And I'll be real honest, based off the video that we've seen, it's looking really good. And that's
Yeah.
coming from me. I'm a harsh critic for the Sword and Shield, as well as what was the next one?
Scarlet and
Oh.
Violet.
Scarlet and Violet. Yes. I was harsh on Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet for how it looked, how it performed on the Switch. It was absolutely terrible. And based off how things are shaping up from the screenshots and videos that we saw during this 30th anniversary event, I'm excited for this Pokemon. It looks really good. I was taken aback by how good it looks, and I was like, man, if they can nail the performance down, this is gonna be a great Pokemon game.
Yeah, I was in the
A
same
big
boat.
F.
I'm
big-
very critical of Pokemon, but this actually looked pretty good. Like I I said in the chat when this came out that I was just like, it looks like I'm gonna get a Switch 2 within the next year. Because that's another thing too, that this isn't coming out this year. It's coming out next year.
Yes, 2027.
And usually Pokemon games come around like late in the year. So this is probably like late 2027. So they're announcing well over like a year and a half in advance. And that's kind of surprising because this is very early for them to be showing off. We didn't even see a legendary Pokemon yet.
No, we didn't. We just got the starters and like we got to see a little video of them looking at the water, because there's a whole underwater like world where you can like, I guess, swim with the Pokemon.
They're
And
probably gonna bring back the diving mechanic that they had in Ruby and Sapphire that I don't think they ever brought back.
No, I don't think they ever did. Yeah.
Tay, what do you think?
It looked good, honestly. To be fair, I got the criticism part of that when everyone was complaining about what the starters were.
Oh yeah.
About like, I was like, we got enough lizards, and I was like, that's an amphibian, and that's a gecko, whatever. It's like bird, like that's what I saw. But based on what I seen from what Pokemon announced, it looks really good. Looks exciting. If you are definitely a Pokemon fan, I think you'll be very excited with these things coming out, though.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'll be honest, this isn't the worst looking starter lineup that we've had. I feel like Scarlet and Violet had the worst one.
Definitely.
Fuecoco? Like, what the hell? An alligator? Like, we had an alligator that they actually made cool, but the one that they chose, it looks trash.
Yeah, I didn't like Gen 9 at all. I didn't even play it. I bought it. I did buy it.
I played it. I was getting through it, but the performance I could not get through.
Oh yeah. I think I started it and then I got to where you can like glide around, and as soon as I saw the performance, I was like, yeah, I'm not playing this game. This game's trash.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have to play through it eventually, because I still plan on finishing my Pokemon thing. That was the last game. I did every game. I got every Pokemon except the ones in Gen 9, and I stopped because I couldn't play through it. Like, I couldn't power through the performance issues.
Then like when the Switch, he'd stop playing Pokemon because of you.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Why do y'all keep messing up for us?
But I know the performance is better on the Switch 2, but I didn't want to get a Switch 2 just to freaking play Pokemon. I'm gonna wait till Smash comes out, and then I'll get it.
Oh, waiting for Smash to come out, to be fair.
Wait, well, you think Smash will come out before the new Pokemon?
I feel like it has to.
I mean, what if Smash comes out this year, like the end of this year?
It could.
It's possible. I don't know. With GTA in the mix, everything's a little jumbled up. Who knows?
If there was one game that could withstand the threat of GTA, it's Smash Bros. I will say that with my whole chest.
Damn. Okay. That's
because I can't even say that about Call of Duty, because I feel like Call of Duty is gonna be like, whatever they have planned, they better release that shit early. Release that shit in September, because you're gonna need as many people grinding through that before GTA, because they're gonna drop that.
I think there's gonna be a time period where it's going to have like nobody's playing other games except for like maybe a little bit of Fortnite, maybe Roblox, and maybe Call of Duty, but everybody else is gonna be on GTA.
Yes, I think for at least the first month, everybody's just gonna be on GTA. And then, like, once they finish this, because people are gonna no life it, they're gonna beat it in like a weekend, and then they'll move on. Because I still, to this day, I feel like they're not gonna launch GTA Online 2, I guess is what they would call it. With
at the same time,
I think they're gonna delay it, because I don't think they want to undermine all the work that they put into GTA just to announce, or just to have it people just jump into online and only play that. Because that's what people do for games like Call of Duty. There's people who don't even bother with the campaign anymore, who don't even bother with like zombies or anything like that. They'll just do online and that's it.
Yeah.
So I think they're smart enough to know that they know people will jump into online regardless of when they drop it. So there's no need to drop it at the same time. Let people get their fill in with the campaign, let them get used to how it plays and all that stuff. Then, like maybe a few months afterwards, they can just drop it and it'll be fine. Yeah, people will complain, but they'll get over it.
Yeah. I
They're
don't
gonna
know.
have
How did this get
The-
into a conversation about GTA?
you know what? It
is
always.
Pokemon.
Brother,
It-
it's Rubber's A. He brings it up. What do you want from us?
No, I actually no. In fairness, it was me. I was the one who said, "Oh no,
You
no,
said-
you brought up GTA."
It was
Never
Rubber's
mind.
A.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah,
it
he's
was-
right. He's right. It was me. It was my fault. Let's
No,
get
you
let's
tried
get
to-
back. Let's get back to Pokemon.
Yeah, let's get back to
gaslit
Pokemon.
over here. What is going on?
Let's get back to Pokemon because the last bit of news is the re-release of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green was this Friday, and you can purchase it on Nintendo Switch 1 and 2 for $20. But the news here is that data miners have looked into some files to find that they're potentially going to be coming out with Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald to the Switch consoles.
So, as you know, I've been playing my
Here we
Nuzlocke.
go. Yes.
I've been playing my Nuzlocke playthrough on the live stream, and I've been failing miserably, but it's still fun. If they released Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, I might have to do it. I might.
You're talking
I'm-
all that crap
I
about Fire Red
know.
and Leaf Green, and here you are.
Listen, man. There's some times where the man has to admit when he was wrong, and I was wrong.
That's funny. You
But-
know what? I'm in the same boat. I brought Fire Red and I purchased Leaf Green for my wife. So I bought both of them. And I'm honestly having a blast playing it. You know, I really am having fun playing it. I'm grinding right now, getting some nuggets. Literally as we speak, the Switch 2 is right here. And I'm just getting nuggets and just chilling. So I'm actually enjoy playing it though. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I never had an issue with people playing it or enjoying all those games. I do wonder though why it took so long for them to add it. Like this should have been like within the first year of them doing it, so that way they can slowly add all the games to the service. But they didn't. They waited until now, until the Switch 2. Maybe that's why. Maybe they were holding off because they wanted more reason for people to get a Switch 2. But it's not exclusive to Switch 2, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's not exclusive to Switch 2. That's a good thing though, because I think the Switch 2 online, the expansion pack for the Game Boy Advance, would cost people way more money than just buying it outright, you know, to the $20 outright.
That's true.
So I think like for better or for worse, it is what it is. You know, it's Nintendo. You know, I'm just glad they're starting to, you know, bring back the old games.
They also did Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
Yes, Gale of Darkness. I forgot about that one. Yeah. But this is all good news for video games coming out on the newer systems, you know? Because yes, you can download an emulator, you can play it on your freaking browser for, you know, I get that. But for people who don't have a PC or people who don't want to play on their, you know, cell phone, you know, they want to play on their console that they have. So let it be.
Honestly, one thing that I wish Nintendo would implement that other platforms have, like PlayStation, Xbox, PC, is some type of like achievement system. I feel like that would go so far into getting people to further invest in the platform and get people wanting to do stuff and replay old games. Because like on the surface, yeah, like it's nostalgia, but a lot of times what people do is they'll buy it and then they'll play it for a little bit and then they're done with it because they got their nostalgia fix. And I feel like if they were to give some incentive to actually keep playing it outside of nostalgia, I feel like that would be a lot more beneficial for them. And I feel like they could do it now that they would like maybe do it for the Switch 2, like have it be a Switch 2 thing. But I think they should do something like that. And I know Nintendo's very like behind the curve when it comes to online stuff, but I feel like that shouldn't be hard to implement.
They do have home. You can use home as home compatible, so it's not
Well, yeah, but
so far out the
that's
way. No, but like it's like they can do things. If they have home implementation for Fire Red and Leaf Green, then there's ways that they can do more online stuff with the Pokemon games.
yes.
Yeah, that's it.
But we'll see what they have in store because they've been going full in on Pokemon the past few years, I want to say, because they have the Pokemon ZA, is that what it is?
Yeah, the Legend ZA.
Yeah, Legend ZA, and then they got the what is it, Pokopia, I think it's called.
Yeah, Pokepia.
Pokepia. Yeah, you didn't
Looks
know
like
about that?
it's a Minecraft version.
Oh, I thought it was like a Pokemon for Wikipedia. I was like, that sounds about right.
No, not Pokepedia.
Still sounds
but
like
yeah.
Wikipedia.
So
I
yeah,
know
no,
it's
so
Pokemon.
now
Get the Pokepedia. I'm on the way.
they're bringing the old Pokemon to the Switch, and now they announced the new Pokemon game. So it seems like they're banking on Pokemon a lot more than usual.
I mean, they got to. If they want to keep selling Switches,
Yeah.
No, that's it. That's all we have for the news.
All right. Well, we did it.
Damn it.
We always do.
We always do.
But my Pokepedia, I need it back. That's where I know more about this Pokemon.
So now that with that out of the way, just remember, if you guys are watching on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening to us on a podcasting app, you can share us and rate us with all your friends.
You almost like it. We like you too.
Yeah, you can like it. I don't know. It depends on the platform you use. Some don't let you like.
Care about our feelings, it's okay.
Yeah. If you look in the description, you can see our sponsors, which is W Energy and NordVPN. You can save some money off of products and subscriptions and all your needs. And if you help them, you'll help us. And if they help us, we'll thank you, and we'll thank them, and we'll thank everybody. That's it.
What a gratitude.
We'll see you guys next time.
Gratitude in this.
Peace.
Layers.